Well, I thought I'd make a video. I've been doing posting of pictures and stuff about the race car, and I realized that there's a lot of work to do, and I thought I'd talk about it for a couple minutes. So the obvious first thing to do on this just for anybody who just tuned in, this Corvair race car that is going to be a vintage racer, is I'm going to paint it, the outside of the car, because it's race car quality right now, but not vintage. So I'm returning it back to Le Mans Blue, which means stripping everything completely, priming and painting it. But also it means going over all the fiberglass body panels that are on this thing and, making sure there's no cracks and stuff. So that's gonna be a little bit of a deal, but that's not quite yet. That'll be maybe next spring. So what else do I have to do? It's not just build a motor and go racing. Even though this car was raced and put away in 2001, while theoretically it was totally ready to go. But the reality is it's not ready to go. So obviously it needs tires, obviously. It needs a new seat. I want a full containment seat with a side head protection. Needs a new fire system. The existing fire system uses halon, which is not legal anymore. So it needs to be an environmentally more friendly fire system. I need to replace the fuel cell bladder, the rubber that goes inside the fuel cell up in the front. Ages out. After a while, it gets brittle like any other kind of rubber. New battery. Battery's long gone. I'm going to replace all the springs with modern good springs. I'm going to replace all the suspension bushings, the Heim joints, spherical bushings, the hard bushings, all that. And then I'm going to flush the brake system. Of course, while I replace the bladder, fuel bladder, I will flush the fuel system too and make sure the fuel pump is good. Flush the brake system, see if it needs what needs to be rebuilt, rebuild all that stuff. Right now it's got drums in the back, discs in the front, and I'm going to keep it that way. It's a vintage car. I've got all the stuff to do four-wheel discs, but I'm going to keep the discs in the front, drums in the back for now. And then, of course, the drivetrain. The trans is good. The differentials, various differentials with various ratios, those are good. The engine, though, is completely broken. In 2001, when I parked it, it had a broken crank, which broke the bell housing, just did a whole mess. Hopefully, parts of it I can use. I know parts of it I can. Hopefully, a lot of parts of it I can use. So I need to get a block out of my storeroom, strip it, prep it, do all the drilling, fixing, all this stuff you do to a race car block. I've got a crank ready to go in, but I got to double check to make sure it's polished correctly and sized and all that. And then building engine, which is not simple, but I'll just say building engine. A lot of people have done videos about engine building. So besides that, I'm going to do some improving. I never ran an AccuSump. I'm going to run one now to make sure that I don't lose oil pressure. I used to have, or what's in there now, is a normal lightened Corvair flywheel pressure plate. I'm going to get a dual disc, very light flywheel pressure plate combo, hopefully from Ken Hand. Hopefully those are still available. I got to contact him. So Ken, if you see this, let me know. I will message you anyway. What else? I've got notes here. Yeah. A long-term plan, or maybe near-term plan, is to machine an adapter that lets me use a fluid damper. Now, the fluid dampers are used to be the hot setup. My friend John Brocky ran it. I think Charlie Clark probably ran it. A lot of people run them or have run them, but it needs an adapter that I will spec out and try to machine one. For initial startup, though, it's going to be a normal balancer. So it sounds easy. It sounds quick. It's going to take all winter. Hopefully next summer sometime the car will be ready to go. So I'll keep you posted. Till the next time.